that when we go to say, okay, we're going to purchase new textbooks, it is such a lengthy process. It takes years to get a new textbook, and by then it's out of date already. The last thing that, recently, the last year I was teaching, they were finally adopting a new history textbook, which again, we had been using the same one since 2001. So it was pretty out of date and including material that we don't teach at all. Here's this whole chapter on this part of history where it's not even in the curriculum, not even in the objectives or standards. And it added more work for teachers because, one, you had to have teachers volunteer to pilot it. They had to say, all right, I'm going to teach using this new textbook this entire year to see if it works. And then another teacher would teach another textbook that they have an idea of, or that's in the running for. But after that, you find that these classes end up in completely different places as our other classes, because now they're using different curriculum. So if kids need to transfer in and out, good luck with that. Plus, is that really enough information? If you have, say, 2 classes in the entire district piloting a new textbook, does that really give you enough data on whether it's a good textbook? And I'm not confident that it does. And then on top of that, you're adding even more work, because now teachers have to not only do that, then they have to go to meetings and after school, on their own time, not getting paid or rarely getting paid, to have these conversations about the new textbook. What do you guys like about it? What do you not like about it? Would you recommend this? Would you not? And that's assuming that the teachers have a say in it. Other ones, they just say, we're purchasing this new textbook, and we're going, well, why? We had nothing. We had no say in it. We didn't help write it either. So it's just this very confusing time right now when books in general, I feel like, are losing significance.
They are.
Especially with book bannings, we've talked about ad nauseum. So it's a very lengthy and convoluted process which never ends very well.
Well, Kev, you let the cat out of the bag a while ago, because that was the one thing that I was interested in mentioning, is that when you have these textbooks, see, a lot of times, it's almost most of the time, the textbook has a companion workbook, and the companion workbook goes along with the textbook. So what happens is they're trying to sell you more stuff. The idea behind it is, well, if we make this textbook and it has all of this material and it's all organized in this way, and then we make a workbook that's a companion workbook with this textbook that has the same material organized in this, and there's the, exams and all the things that everybody does in classes or whatever that might be that they think is teaching, they take that and they try to sell it. But what happens is most districts, in my opinion, they never buy the workbook. They're just buying the textbook and saying, well, okay, go do what you got to do with the textbook. A lot of times these workbooks aren't bought too, because when you hand them out to the students, you get 1 year out of them and they're gone. This becomes they
always have that perforated pages. They rip them out.
And they rip them out and everything. It becomes a real expensive endeavor. So that expense is really something for, I don't even know, very small districts maybe. I really don't know. But it's an interesting thing, because I think that's part of the disconnect. And the other part is that textbooks are now becoming more and more digital. They're online.
Yes.
You're getting less paper, which is great. I'm okay with that, really. But you're
it's also...
the
kids to carry, too.
Yeah, the security. Now you're getting into lots of other issues. But now AI is coming involved and copying and pasting things. And there's a lot going on with textbooks, like Kevin was saying. And we're at a crux. We're at a change in where that's happening. What is a digital textbook? What is its purpose? Maybe these workbooks should be incorporated into the textbooks more. Pull out some of the information. I don't really know, but there has to be some kind of different way to approach this. I'm glad
you brought up the workbook, because I forgot about those.
Well, that's the biggest thing.
And you're right. Every textbook has that companion thing they try to sell you.
Yeah.
And even when the district buys them and stuff, like you said, one, we get a couple years out of them, unless you keep yours and just make copies out of it. And then two, that's the other problem. Is we mentioned how bad the questions are in textbooks. Usually we to make our own half the time. And a lot of those questions reference, like, go do this in the workbook. If we don't have the workbook, though.
Right.
So, or all the kids do. And it's a pain in the butt to use that. And as you said, with the increasing digital nature of our textbooks now, I remember how my English curriculum, my last year, our textbook was purely digital,
Mhm.
and it was awful. Okay, it was terrible.